Hello friends, welcome to my channel EduKids World. In this video, I will take you through some top 5 useful formulas. I'll try to cover the first and the second in this video, which is VLOOKUP, HLOOKUP and the subtotal. In the subsequent videos, I will cover SUMIF and SUMIFs, COUNTIF, COUNTIFs, if and if error. Okay, so let's start with the first one, VLOOKUP. So what is VLOOKUP? VLOOKUP stands for vertical lookup. It is a function that is used to look up a data in a table which is organized vertically. So taking this example, this is my table which shows some random roll numbers, marks and names. It is organized in a vertical format. So how will my VLOOKUP formula work? Let me show you. So VLOOKUP formula has basically 4 parameters which we need to work on. The first one is the value which we want to look in the first column. The second is the table which we want to retrieve. The third is the column index value from where we need to retrieve the data. And the last one is the range lookup, which is true or false. Okay, so let me show you. So this is the table that you have already seen earlier also. I'll try to match this particular VLOOKUP formula and I'll cover it up over here. So let me start with this. It's VLOOKUP, right? As I said, the first is the lookup value. Suppose this is the lookup value, the name A I need, and I need to look up its mark from this table, right? So I'll select A. Then the second option is the table array, which is this. So name A is here in this column and its marks are corresponding in the next column. So I will select these two because I don't need the roll number as such in this particular retrieval of data. So I'll skip the first column. The next is the column index number from where I want to retrieve. So this is the first column, the name will be here and marks is in the second one. I need the marks corresponding to A, right? So this is first and this is second. So this is the second column starting from the range which you have selected. So it will be 2. And then the range lookup. Range lookup is nothing but either a true, which is an approximate match, or an exact match. True means a value of 1 and false means exact match. Its default value is 0. So we want an exact match. I'll put a 0 over here and I'll close the brackets and let's see. Now see, I've got the marks, right? Let me just move this formula. I've done Control C and I've moved it here. Let's see if the formula works. Yes, it does. But if you see, the range has moved from B4 to C14 instead of which was here 13, right? So the easy way is to fix the range. To fix the range, we need to just go to the range, that is B3, and press F4, and this will fix my range. The next one again for C13, I'll press F4 and this will again fix my range. So now your table range will not move as in when you move your formula downwards. Otherwise, after some time you might see an NA appearing because your range has got moved, right? So this is really useful. Now let me just move it down and I'll just, now see, I've got the same marks that I have placed earlier and I've got the same over here, right? Now instead of F, suppose I write J. Let's see if my marks change. See, now it has automatically got changed to J, right? If I instead of J I write D, let's see if it changes. So D marks are 12, right? So this is how a VLOOKUP formula works. There is another formula similar to this which is called as the HLOOKUP formula. So HLOOKUP, as you see here, it's an horizontal lookup, and this can also be used to retrieve information from a table by searching a row for the matching data and the outputting it to the corresponding column. So while the VLOOKUP searches for the value in a column, the HLOOKUP searches for the value in a row. So that is the main difference between VLOOKUP and HLOOKUP. So how does a HLOOKUP work? So I have my same data. I have moved this data, transposed the data. So how I have transposed? Control C, and I'm just showing it for your reference. E, S, and you see there is a option of transpose. Now see, my data has got transposed. So this is how you transpose the data. You can move it from a row to a column format or from a column to a row format, right? Okay, moving to the HLOOKUP formula. I have the names and I have the marks. Same thing, I need to capture the names and the marks. I need the marks corresponding to these particular names. So how will my HLOOKUP formula work? So I'll type H lookup. Again it is asking me for a lookup value. The lookup value is A. I need to look up the value of A, its marks corresponding to A. Next is the table array. Again this is my table, and let me select my table. My table has been selected. The next is, it is asking for a row index number. Over there it was a column index number. The row is, this is the first row and this is the second row. So marks are on my second row, starting from here, first row and the second row. So I will select 2 and 0 because I want an exact match, right? And to make it better, I'll put an F4 here to fix my table range. Now see, right? I've got the same number. I'm trying to replicate my same formula and move it down, and I'll just press formula Alt ESF. I've showed it in my previous video, the shortcut for this, and see, now I've got the same marks. So both VLOOKUP and HLOOKUP formulas, they are very user friendly, and one can use these functions to manipulate and analyze their data in a spreadsheet. So the only difference is that VLOOKUP function is more frequently used as compared to the HLOOKUP formula, right? So that's it for the VLOOKUP and HLOOKUP. Let me just try to cover up one more topic, which is subtotal. We do it over here. Now sum, as I said, is nothing but Alt equal to or Alt plus plus. Now suppose if I filter my data, I told you the filter shortcut is Alt DFF, right? If I select say F and H to see the total of these two particular names and see what are the corresponding marks, sum total I did has just disappeared. So the easy way to have that is a subtotal formula. How will that work? So over here I'll just say subtotal, right? So it is asking me which subtotal I want. So there are some options that are given. I want the subtotal. So I will write 9, comma, and the reference. So which is the data from where I want it from this to this, right? And I'll close the bracket and close it. Now let me just go back to my same action, and suppose I take only C and F. Now C, the subtotal will make the total intact. It will be placed over there. And if I E, suppose 3 options, I want to see the total marks of these 3 names. Now see, so this is the usefulness of the subtotal. Your overall total will not disappear, right? So that's it for this video. I hope you liked the video. Thank you so much for watching.